Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, May the 3rd, 2020. I'm making a little tech video this morning, and normally videos like this that I make don't ever actually make it public to the channel where everybody can see them. I'm making an exception in this case. This video is actually for the folks at CPP. They make the sliding engine mounts that I have chosen for this car. And I wanted to go ahead and make this video public so that anybody who maybe has any kind of really good input here might be able to share with me exactly what the best course of action is with these engine mounts and this car. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so here's my engine mounts. You can see in the diagram right here, front of engine block, you can see how the mount here is kind of tapered down in the front, and we can tell from the diagram that this goes towards the front, right? So let's have a look at it here. Disregard that this is upside down. It doesn't matter in this particular case just yet. So here's where we can mount this thing to the side of the block. We have 4 holes here, we have 1 hole here, so we know it has to go in those 4 holes there because, of course, on the back of the mount, you can see we have 4 holes, right? The kicker to this is the air conditioning compressor is in the way. I'm kind of curious, does this mean that I have to relocate the air conditioning compressor? The folks at Vintage Air said that if I run one of their kits, I'm going to be locating it down at the bottom, which I assume to mean right here. And if that's the case, then obviously the air conditioning compressor cannot be right there and the sliding engine mount be located there as well. So does running a set of these mounts mean you can't run air conditioning? Does it mean you move your air conditioning compressor? What does it mean? This thing definitely cannot be turned around backwards because then it interferes with the starter, and not to mention that's what the instructions tell you not to do. On the other side of the motor, we run into another snafu. We can see that we have a line here, a cooler line, which I assume is for water, comes into the oil cooler. So we have oil inlet and exit over here, a cooler, and then water lines that run into it and no doubt basically diffuse the oil heat into the water, which is, of course, gone out through the radiator in the front. Now, the kicker to this is over here, for some silly reason, we have 6 bolt holes, whereas there are only 5 on the other side. So in this case, I technically could mount it here, but if I did, I couldn't do that on the other side because I'd only have 3 bolt holes. So that would lead me to believe it has to go to the next set of bolt holes over. However, if I do that, this plate is then going to chop off this cooler line, meaning I would have no choice but to completely remove this entire, beautiful oil cooler system that Chevrolet has done, plug that hole, and then go with some completely different type of aftermarket oil cooler. So, what do I do here? I just don't know. Does anybody know? I would be awful curious if anybody has run into this before. What does this mean with the oil cooler and the air conditioning compressor? I don't have any idea. I'm hoping somebody out there does. If you do, comment down below. Tell me what you think. Shoot me an email, sales@redlinestands.com, and give me your thoughts. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great Sunday. Take care.